Oh, absolutely, and I think the French have a saying "Vive la différence," or "Thanks for the difference." I think it's necessary and needed for men and women to have a different role.
I believe there's gender roles, don't you think?
Yes, we all have a role to play in society.
We look at men still as being the, I guess, dominant, you know what I'm saying? And then the women as being something like a subordinate, but at the same time, the women now are trying to step out and become the more dominant.
It causes a lot more conflict because people do try to do a little bit more outside of the roles that they should be fulfilling.
I got a lot of values instilled in me from my parents where, you know, the women should do this, guys should do this. But now with the busy schedule, it's like I don't have to pick up chores that I didn't think I used to do, you know, wash clothes, wash dishes. And there's some stuff that she got to do that she don't want to do, like take garbage, stuff like. So it's kind of just, you know, you got to just adjust to it.
I define it as you got to have friendship. Everybody's talking about looking for love. I think you got to look for a friend first. And I think out of the friendship, then love will evolve. I think if you just try to leap into love, you're going to miss some things.
For me, getting to know that person, finding out who they are and not rush the process.
I define dating as just, you know, a time where you get to know a person, you get to just learn more about the female. You know what I mean? Dating does not mean we get married. It don't mean that we exclusive.
I mean, it's nothing exclusive. If we're dating, that's it.
But I get what you're saying, but it was more that you and that young lady was on a path to go get there. I mean, it wasn't like your generation now, you know, it's like, hey, you might have to be dating 2, 3, 4 women at the same time.
No, you know that's not true.
No, you all seeing, you know, I mean, you're
But-
dating multiple women, but like in my day,
But you can date just one. You can date just one.
We couldn't really do that.
Being with a person that you invest in, like that's when you would consider yourself dating somebody, when you actually are investing in that person or giving them, whether the investment is time, whether it's money, whatever the case may be.
Me dating is when I'm not afraid to be seen with them out in the streets and with my parents. You know, if I'm going to like the midnight show, we're not dating or something like that.
I don't think it's a time period. I really believe it's on the couple, the maturation or the maturity of individuals.
I wouldn't rush the process, be too eager to move. I would allow it the time to take its course.
I guess it depends on the person. Me personally, I want it to be a little while, so it won't be 2 months for me. It has to be a couple years because I want to truly get to know you because people change on you like nowhere. But some people can fall in love after a month, so it depends on the person.
I think it's when you can trust a person.
It could be, it depends on what you're looking for. It depends on what you, if it's in marriage, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years.
But also, I don't think it ought to be too long or too short. I think it needs to be
It has a balance?
It has to be a balance.
Okay.
I didn't even get in relationships unless I knew it was going to be something. So that's where I was.
I like to see a nice, classy woman at all times.
Women who try to, I guess, take stuff that was mine, or even to the point where it was my time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I give you what I want you to have.
The talking on the phone all day long.
Well, mine's pretty easy. I like women to cut to the chase in the conversation. You know, I love the sisters, but y'all really take a long time getting to the point.
To the point.
It's like not allowing men to be men. Like, let us be men. However we need to define that, let us define that. But let us be men.
I was going to say the same thing. It's, I don't like a woman that's too controlling, but at the same time, I like my freedom and all that, but I don't want a woman who's too distant either, too hard to understand, because then I sometimes I don't want to figure it out. I just move on to the next one.
What I wear, always, you shouldn't wear that. You shouldn't wear that. You shouldn't dress like that. I have a problem with that.
Oh, this mine first. Hey,
That worked
the man
out.
needs that sex every day.
A couple times a week.
Yeah. Maybe 3 times out of the week.
I believe that's a good ratio of 3 times out of the week. But again, it's the couple and how they flowing.
How they flowing.
Yeah.
7 times a week, probably every day. Yeah, about every day.
I like once a day. If more than once a day, that's good too, but once a day is reasonable.
Some type of intimacy every day is needed.
All right, that's a good answer.
I did, and I'll be honest with you, didn't do some things correctly at the early part of before me and Cherie got married, so I did make some bad choices. So yes, I did feel guilty about it.
As a Christian man, I would feel a little guilty, but I do know I want sex, so I'm going to do what I got to do.
It was always the guilty feeling afterwards that came in the play, and I'd be like, yo, what am I doing? I wasn't supposed to be doing this.
Yes, I would. I would feel guilty about that.
The right thing would be to wait till marriage. I agree with that 100%. But what the culture is now, it's some of these relationships that you're in so long that, sometimes you're just going to have to go through that point.
Well, I wouldn't feel guilty because I wasn't a Christian man at that time. So, I was just normal. I just had sex like the other brothers. You got more values after you become saved, but not in the beginning.
Oh, in some seasons of my life, no, I didn't care. In other seasons, it was like, yeah, okay, God, I shouldn't be doing this. But I'll talk to you after we get done.
I wouldn't be offended. I just need to see the toys before we actually start playing.
Yeah. Well, I feel it's the same way, but then I want to know, why the toys?
Yes. And where are the toys going?
I wouldn't feel offended if my woman or my wife wanted to use a sex toy. It spiced it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be offended.
No.
Anything that's going to test my manhood, you can't bring it in there.
There we go.
Like, something, she may want a little spank or something like, or a handcuff or something like that. That's what I thought you meant. I knew what you were thinking about. When I looked in your eyes, I said, nah. Sometimes we can be a little indecisive. Sometimes we, go on our gut more than our mind and just be there to support us and just be understanding.
There is a sensitive side to a man that would say, hey, okay, I can't just say what I want to say to him. Yeah. I think that is.
We want someone to be there. You know what I'm saying? We want you to be concerned. We want you to be attentive.
We need to know that we love, hear that we love,
absolutely,
and be appreciative.
Right.
Appreciated. Right. I mean to really mean to saying, that means a lot to men.
I think no man at the end of the day wants to feel like a failure or wants to be a failure, so they try to do the best with what they have.
The best way a woman should communicate with a man is through her actions. You can show me better than you can tell me.
Yeah, action speaks louder than words.
I think open dialogue, being open and being honest and sharing your heart and seeing it from his side of view.
Best way is not text message. Don't text me about no issues.
You being upfront and honest, there's no hidden agenda, but you're coming out and really saying what you have to say.
As opposed to trying to be understood, try to understand first sometimes.
So just tell me what you want to tell me and just be honest. I mean, and if it's going to be something mean, just do something nice right beforehand and soften me up.
Both.
Why not both?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. One is not good without the other.
Both.
You want somebody beautiful, but you want somebody that's gonna be solid mentally too behind you. So, I mean, I would prefer both.
Brains, definitely brains. I mean, that beauty stuff, that's overrated.
I'm a both guy, but I think if you got brains, you make yourself beautiful.
I want a combo. I want a combination.
Yeah, you want to, you
I
know,
want
the super
combo.
size
Yeah, I want
combo.
I want, you know what I mean? You know, I want a combo.
You know, if beauty is just the only thing it is, you're not going to stick around for too long. Be a nice little something to have around your arm, but you know, when you introduce her to the guys and she start talking stupid, you're going to feel bad afterwards.
I think you got to be secure in yourself. You know, when I really started pastoring full time, Pastor Bev made more than me, and I was never intimidated by that whatsoever. You got to be secure as a man.
As long as our bills are paid and we can hang out and have fun, I don't care how much money you making.
There was a time where my wife was making more than me, but now I'm making more than her. But there really wasn't any friction as far as who's making what, because we all put it in the pot and understood, okay, this is gonna work.
And if she make more money than me, that's fine. I have no problem with that at all, you know, at all.
But at the end of the day, it's about a partnership. It's about us all working together. I take my little bit, put with your little bit, and we'll have something.
Yeah, no problem with that. She can make more money.
Just don't try to diminish who I am as the man in the household because you make more.
Women are, their nature, you know, is to teach and guide. You know, men, especially in my generation, they were always gone. They was always working. You know, the mother was at home. So, my grandmama, we had, you know, in them days, we had big mama and mama, nana. So, it was different.
That spirituality for men was never, like in our culture for the most part, it's not really perceived as a strength. So I think more women gravitate to it.
And I think the men have just been missing in action. Women been waiting for them to step up, and because they would not step up, they went on and did it. And it is not because they didn't have respect for them. They are just saying, well, if he's not gonna do it right now, I have no other choice but to do it.
The women, the mother, the wives were the ones who made sure that the kids, you know, came to church. You know, when I was coming up, my father wasn't, he wasn't around.
Yeah.
You know, let alone to get him to come to church.
I mean, to me, spiritual and emotional are kind of tied together, and until you're able to embrace yourself and freely express yourself, which all men are able to do, and women are better at expressing themselves. To me, that's why I would think it is.
See that?
Well, I believe it goes all the way back to the garden. God gave the instructions to the man, and the woman came along. And I think it still goes on that the man too often depends on the woman to be spiritual. But the man is the covering, he's the head. He's got to set the tone for the family.